going on, guys? It's Entertainment Critic and welcome to part 2 of my Doctor Who Rank series. So, yesterday we did 10 through 6, today is going to be 1 through 5, so without further ado, I'm going to get straight into it with our number 5 slot. Series 1. Now, Series 1 had the colossal job of actually rebuilding the show for the modern era, and there was a lot to like about this series, but there was some episodes that did actually weigh it down quite a bit. So, getting into the stuff I did like about this series, I liked the opener, I liked Rose. I liked Rose initially in the first series. It was just everything after that I didn't like. But, yeah, I liked Rose. There was Dalek, which is one of the best episodes of all time. That was probably the best use of the Daleks of all time. There might be one episode that trumps that, but that was a brilliant use of the Daleks. The Doctor dances and the empty child were terrifying. I love those episodes, and it proves how good of a writer Steven Moffat is. He took something which is completely not threatening in a small child with a gas mask on and made it absolutely terrifying. And he did that again with the Weeping Angels, which I will touch on again when we get to Series 3. But, yeah. Like I said, I liked that. I didn't like Bad Wolf because Bad Wolf doesn't really stand up in like today, because there were so many things that were references to the things in that time period, and so references to things that were live in 2005. There's like the Big Brother thing, the Weakest Link. I didn't really like it, but then the second part to that, the Parting of Ways, I really did like. I liked all of the character development in that. I liked all of the characters. The Daleks were a surprise. We didn't exactly see them coming as the main threat at the end of the series. We'd already seen them once, so we didn't expect to see them again. Christopher Eccleston's performance was one of his best, and it is sad that they had the falling out. I think it was Russell T Davies and Christopher Eccleston that actually had their falling out, or somebody in the higher ups of the BBC, which is why he ended up leaving. He actually came out and spoke out about that recently. So yeah, it's sad that he left, but I did overall enjoy his series. There was other episodes. I enjoyed Father's Day to an extent. The Unquiet Dad was an okay episode. The Long Game I don't like. What else was there? I think that's it really. Oh, and Boomtown, which was an okay episode as well. I liked the scenes with the Slitheen and the Doctor talking, how she was trying to kill him and he was just shutting her down and he was just having a conversation with her, and then how she stared into the heart of the TARDIS and she was just reduced to an egg. So yeah, I don't know if that's retribution or what, but I did somewhat enjoy the episode. Now that is why series 1 is number 5. Now going on to our number 4 slot, we have Series 3. Now, Series 3 has been underrated, and a lot of people don't like it, and I see why they don't like it, but I really do like Martha as a companion. I love the final 3. It's the best 3 parts episodes that we've gotten in New Who, and we've only really gotten 2? Yeah, 2. So we got Utopia, Last Sound of Drums, and Last of Time Rose. I loved every single one of those parts. I love John Sims Master, which is, a lot of people don't like John Sims Master in this, but I thought he was threatening, funny. He hit all of the right notes for me, and I really did like him. And he dominated the Doctor for the first 2 parts until Martha, who was sent around the world, she actually spread the story of the Doctor, and using the satellites around the world, they linked the whole of the planet together in one thought and one moment, which brought the Doctor back and saved the day. So it is kind of a Deus Ex Machina, but I do like it. I do like those episodes. Going into other episodes, Blink is another one. Like I said, Steven Moffat's ability to take something that is completely not scary and turn it into something that is absolutely terrifying is just strangely, really, I don't know how that man does it, but the Weeping Angels are one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. And they've actually become quite a bit of a quite a bit of a pop culture icon. Like, a lot of people know what the Weeping Angels is. Hell, there was even an Easter egg in a Call of Duty game for the Weeping Angels. So they're that popular that they've bled into other pop culture things, shows, games, and such. So yeah, they're one of the Blink is one of my favorite episodes. I don't like the Family of Blood as 2-parter as much as other people do. I kind of like it, but it was just weird seeing the Doctor as human. I like the second part, how we were seeing John's hold on, John, like his life, what he would have become. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, I liked seeing what his life could have been, and how he ended up leaving her. And she said to him, "Can he come back? Will he come back?" No. And just the fury of how the Doctor took down the family as well, like trapping one in a collapsing supernova, and another in a mirror, making one frozen in time and setting him to watch over Great Britain. That was a really good ending, but just the build up to it I didn't like. But other episodes in the series I am not so keen on. The Daleks in Manhattan is okay, is an okay two-parter. It was the first appearance of Andrew Garfield before he was Spider-Man that I know of. He was in other things obviously, but that was the first exposure I had to Andrew Garfield, so you can say yes, Spider-Man has been in Doctor Who. Smith and Jones's episodes I did like. Gridlock, I loved how it was in a contained setting and it worked. I loved all of the characters in Gridlock. What else was there? I think that's it really. Oh, and the Shakespeare Code, which was an alright episode. But yeah, I do like Series 3 as a whole. There are a lot of episodes I do like in it, which is why it comes in at number 4. Now moving down to number 3, we actually have something that is a lot of people's favorite series of all time, and it's not really my favorite series, but it's definitely my top 3. That's Series 4. Now it definitely is the strongest series of the Russell T Davies era. It's got everything. It's got all of the companions from that era returning, including Sarah Jane in the finale. It's the first crossover we've had with all of the shows that were going on in that time, being the Sarah Jane Adventures, Torchwood, and Doctor Who. In the finale, that being The Stolen Earth and Journey's End, which was really cool. I love the music in this series, the Song of Freedom, The Greatest Story Never Told. Episodes I loved in this series. I'm trying to quickly rapid fire off because I realize I've been going on for 20 minutes now. But episodes are like Forest of the Dead, Silence in the Library, amazing episodes. Midnight, another episode which is contained, which just works, is amazing and is actually scary at points. With we don't know what the villain actually looks like and what is capable of. I don't like Partners in Crime as much as some people do. The Fires of Pompeii has to be one of my favorite episodes. It's the first introduction of Karen Gillan, who eventually goes on to play Amy Pond, and also Peter Capaldi, who then eventually becomes the Doctor. So yeah, there was episodes that was the first introduction of them into the show. Obviously, I think Peter Capaldi at that point had been in Torchwood. I think he might be in Torchwood after, because he has an appearance in Torchwood Children of Earth, and I might do a ranking of the Torchwood series as well. I'll see how this video goes, but yeah. What other episodes? The Unicorn and the Wasp I didn't like when I was younger. I've grown to like it now. It shows how smart the Doctor is. The Sontaran two-parter I really do like. That's about it. Yeah. So that's Series 4. I really do like it. I love Donna as a companion as well. Like I've said previously, it is tragic how he has to wipe her memory because she becomes the Dr. Donna. And she, having a timeless consciousness inside her, was killing her essentially. It was going to burn her apart, which was then later explored in The End of Time, which is something I'm not going to cover in these because I don't count them as a series. There's no clear finale to it, there's no clear opener to it. So, yeah. Moving on to number 2 spot, we're into top 2 now. We have the most recent series of Doctor Who, that being Series 10. Now, this is Capaldi's strongest series, and they got it right. They got the balance of the dark elements and the light comedy elements that were dominating Series 8 and Series 9, and it just worked. I love the introduction of the Belle Potts as a new companion. It was so nice seeing a companion who actually had wonder about what was out there in the universe, whereas Clara kind of got used to it, so it kind of took away from the magic of the show a little bit. But I loved Bill I loved her in the pilot. There was Smile is an okay episode. Thin Ice is another amazing episode. The Doctor's speech about what defines you as human. What else is there? I don't like Knock Knock as much. It was a bit disappointing to me. It turns out that it was just a kid. Well, it was a bit of a shock actually, because the kid was who we thought was the father to this kid was actually the child, and the mother was turning into a tree. It's kind of confusing, but it's kind of sad at the same time. I liked Extremis and Pyramid at the End of the World, or not Pyramid at the End. Is it Pyramid at the End of the World? Or Pyramid in the Middle of the World? It's one of those. I liked those 2 episodes, and then it was just completely ruined by Lie of the Land. And the fake regeneration I just didn't like. It was just completely bait and switch. I just didn't like it. Other episodes, there was Empress of Mars. The Ice Warriors weren't exactly used to their greatest potential in that. What else was there? I'm trying to think of episodes in this series. I've got my number 2 spot, mainly because of the finale. I loved World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls. Those were the World Enough in Time. Those two are my favorite finales throughout all of Doctor Who, and that was because of the return of the Master and Missy. As them as a duo, they just worked together. Peter Capaldi's one of his best speeches about kindness, I really did like. How he promised Bill that he could fix her, and he just couldn't. He wanted to be able to fix her, but he couldn't. The Doctor going out in style, basically, and taking down the Cybermen in a bunch of explosions. I think that's the only way Peter Capaldi's Doctor could have really gone out, and it was an epic ending to it. And then Bill's goodbye was one of the best goodbyes. It wasn't a sad goodbye, but it was at the same time. She was going off with her girlfriend to see the whole of space. And there's a theory going around which I don't put too much belief in. The reason why the Doctor is regenerating into a female now was because Bill, when she was the pilot in her pilot form, shed a tear on his forehead, and that somehow affected his DNA. I don't think that is true in any way, but yeah. Series 10 is just a strong series overall, and that's why it comes in number 2. Now, coming in at number 1, if you've kept track of all of the different numbers, you'd know what it is by now, but coming in at number 1, we have Series 5. Series 5 just was perfect for me. It was a perfect introduction to Matt Smith. The 11th Hour was one of my favourite episodes of Doctor Who. At first, I didn't like it, funnily enough. When I was younger, when I was 10 years old, when I first watched this, when it was first aired, I thought that Matt Smith's Doctor actually killed David Tennant's Doctor, but eventually, as I got older, I grew to like the series as a whole more. The Beast Below is an underrated episode. I really do like it. If you are really, really old and really, really kind, you couldn't just stand there and watch children cry. Just one of the best speeches from Amy. Other episodes, I didn't really like the Angel two-parter, funny enough, because it was another one of the stories. If you take the Doctor out, nothing would have changed, because the angels would have gone into the ship during the power, they would have then been sucked into the crack in the space, and nothing would have changed. So the Doctor being there was just pointless. A lot of people like it, but I just don't like it. I liked Vince and the Doctor. That was one of my favorite episodes. It showed that you don't have to make a big impact on somebody's life to make it a difference. They showed him, and especially in that ending scene, they showed him that even if he doesn't feel that he's important, he is important to us, a lot of people. So they made a positive impact of his life, even though it didn't completely change his life forever. It made an impact at the time, and that was what mattered. I liked the Lodger. I liked the introduction of Craig as a character. That was just a really good episode. It was just seeing what the Doctor would be like in a normal everyday setting was just brilliant. I liked the Pandorica Opens. That was set up a lot of good stuff, and it was kind of ruined in the Big Bang because they got out of it with a Deus Ex Machina, with obviously rebooting the universe using the Pandorica. And a lot of elements in that episode just didn't work for me. There were some funny moments in it, but it's just not my favorite episode. I loved Vampires in Venice. That was a really good episode. What else was there in this series? Oh, the Silurian two-parter I did like as well. Even though a lot of people compare it to the Silurians, which was, I think, a John Pertwee episode. I haven't seen that, but a lot of people say it is a remake of that episode, which I'm fine with. You can pay homage to the original series in the new series, and I did like it. And it was tragic seeing Rory's death, how Amy just couldn't remember him until right at the end of the series in the Pandorica Opens. That was really sad. And yeah, that is why Series 5 is my favorite series out of all of the series. So, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please do remember to leave your list of ranking on the Doctor Who series in the comment section below, and like this video if you enjoyed it, and then subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.